G'day viewers, Peter here, how they hanging? I'm playing with another lawnmower today. Now this is a long-term project that I've had. I actually bought this mower for $70. The reason being the motor is pretty crap, but it's got a stainless steel chassis, as you can see. Not only has it got a stainless steel chassis, but the subframe here that's mounted, that's bolted to the stainless steel chassis, and then there's a rubber bushing. There's actually 4 of these that come up to this second frame, and that second frame is actually the handles. So the vibration from the motor is all on this, which also incorporates your height adjustment, and the handles are completely isolated from the vibration of the motor. So this is sort of a Rolls Royce of lawnmowers. I think it should really be a lawnmower for life. Now this one is a bad example, and it's got 4 different wheels. None of the wheels match. I'll show you on the other side. So we've got 4 different wheels, but you might be able to see there how these rubber bushings, and if I can get a bigger shot, the actual base and chassis is rubber mounted to the handles, if you can see that. But anyway, so I really just bought it for the base, and the motor it would run for 5 minutes perfectly well, and then it would just cease. And first I thought it was the ignition, so that when the coil got hot it turned off. But I put my spark tester on it and ran that in series, and the spark didn't fail, so then I knew it was fuel. The other thing, for some reason, this screw here is what the throttle spring attaches to, and I think there should be something on this bracketry, so I don't quite understand what's going on there. But anyway, it was always just, it came up, and the best price I could get, I couldn't hassle a guy down, was $70, but I really wanted the stainless steel frame. So anyway, so then I knew it was a carby problem, and I kind of suspect that there was something that the needle and seat, the needle wouldn't drop. Perhaps there was some foreign body in there, or a bit of fluffy stuff. And then when I pulled it apart, I'm trying to see what you can see here. This is a carby, and this is actually after it's cleaned. Now look at that, and you can actually see daylight through some of the, look at that, can you see that? I don't know. Yeah, you can see daylight through the casting. How's that? And look at can you see the rust down in there? So that's the carby. The bowl I've cleaned up. I'm just in the process of cleaning the float. This pin had all white fluffy stuff on it, and I've had to sand it down with a bit of emery, and now the pin slides in the 2 mounts there, and the float spins freely on the pin, which it didn't before. The needle was all furry, but I think the main problem was down in that hole there. I had to get, I think it was probably originally a 732, but I ran a 13/64 drill through it. I'm presuming all of this is Imperial because it's American. And I've cleaned that out, and now the needle, if I pushed the needle in, it didn't drop because of gravity, whereas now it does. Now the only other thing that I'm not clear about, you probably won't be able to see, actually I wonder if you can see through here, is down in the bottom there, looks like a red fibre. What I would call the seat is usually a metal duvallaki, and it appears to be a fibrous material. And I was nearly going to pull it out, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to put this back together and try it and see how it goes. Now this one is supposed to be a 5 horsepower, and it's graduated with the size U. Yeah, looks like you can't really see that. So I'll clean all of this, put it together and start it and see what happens. So I'm going to say uru. Okay, it's 20 minutes later. As you can see, I've just got it all back together. Looking pretty fucking horrible, I must say, with that accelerator spring and a screw in the side of it, but this is just a test. I'm just about to give it a pull, but when I was had to fill it up with fuel, and I noticed this one's got an unusual, it's got a little bit of a filter there in the top, and I squirted some carb cleaner out and then nothing came out the top. So I've just swapped it over with this one. So now, if this works, I'm not going to know if this was blocked so that the tank couldn't vent, which means that after 5 minutes of running it shut the fuel off, or whether it was that that needle sticking on the side of the die-cast body so that it couldn't drop down by gravity or the weight of the fuel on it, because I ran that drill through it. So I'm not going to know what fixed it, but let's give it just a couple of primes. I'll actually take this away. How much I'll give it pretty much full throttle, and let's see. Okay, so it's working, but I don't know if it's going to stop after 5 minutes. Alright, well, I'm going to mow the grass. Well, actually, I'm not, because it's raining. It's raining now. I'll mow the grass tomorrow, and if this is fixed, I've just got to put the air filter on. If this is fixed, I'm not going to know if it's because the needle was caught up in all the furriness. Obviously that carby was full of water. This was obviously left out in the weather for a period of time. It's a shame because it's a stainless steel deck, and all the powder coating on the handles is gone. But the only reason I paid so much for it was because I wanted the stainless steel deck. I've actually got another one, and it's a side thrower, and it's 21 inch cut, so it's useful for here. But it is a bit fucking heavy because basically you've got a duplication of the two frames. So it is a little bit heavy. And if I could get 4 matching wheels, because look, the wheels don't match. This front left one, that's actually a mag. It's a magnesium wheel. I don't know what that's off, but we haven't got that one. Actually looks like it might be original. So proof of concept. I'll see if it runs for more than 5 minutes, and maybe it was just the fuel cap. Anyway, who fucking knows? I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm just a ordinary joker fucking around the shed. So I'll say uru, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to assume this works. Alright, bye bye.